Good morning! It's Monday, the 20th of May, 2019. Welcome to this morning's United Kingdom talk coming to you from Bracknell in Berkshire, and it's nice to be back, boys and girls. I've sat here the last week talking to myself with... Not really. Do you know, I'm waking up earlier and earlier every morning. I could have been doing this show at like 8 o'clock this morning, to be honest. I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning and I kind of, I can't get back to bed. I think it's because it's light outside. That can be the only reason. It's just light outside. And I kind of, try and force yourself to go back to sleep again and close my eyes for a while. Oh, what's the time now? And then you wrote, it's 7:15. Only 15 minutes has passed. And I don't like to get up too early. I honestly don't think you want this really at 8 o'clock in the morning. Maybe you do, I don't know. But my sister, she gets up. When she wakes up, she got up sometimes she wakes up at 5 in the morning, gets up and starts doing stuff. You know, my sister, Sharon, is a very busy person. She's got a sewing machine and she makes all these wonderful things. She's making at the moment little quilts, for the children. For the younger children, little quilts, and she gets this material, different coloured material, and she cuts out little squares, and then with the sewing machine I bought her at Christmas, she puts them all together and puts this layer of insulation. What's that called? I don't know what it is. Like a sort of very thin duvet type thing. She puts that in the middle, filling. Filling? Yeah, filling, I think. Filling. She puts that in the middle and she puts a backing on and she sews it all together and gets it to one of the children. I keep telling her I want her to make me a shirt. I said, you have to make me a shirt. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. Come on, get to it, dear. If you've got all that time in the morning, you might as well have a go. So she does stuff in the morning, starts hoovering. They've got a detached house, so it doesn't disturb anyone. Starts washing up, taking the dogs out. 5 o'clock in the morning, if she wakes up at 5, she gets up at 5. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think 5 o'clock in the morning is a wonderful time of the day. It really is. You haven't got the scum of the earth walking around trying to get to work, nicking your seat on the bus. You haven't got any of those people around at that time. Just a few people walking their dogs who are quite pleasant usually. Unless it's those great big things like Alsatians or something that hate everyone that they come across. Awful. So, as I say, I woke up early. I did manage to get back off and then I opened my eyes again. And I think it was about 5 to 8, so not too bad. I think waking up early, I'm sure that's something to do with getting older. Because everyone I know who's of an age, the over 60s, certainly. My aunt, she kind of gets up very early, sometimes 4 o'clock in the morning. She wakes up, she just gets up and starts doing stuff. I could be in here at 7 o'clock in the morning. Would you be up? No, unlikely, because you're all lazy bastards. Each and every one of you laying in bed until about 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, aren't you? Playing. Oh, I don't know. Are you one of those people, are you? You wake up in the morning. Oh, what's the time? It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, shall I have another hour yet? Oh, I don't. Oh no. Oh, let me just reach over for my PlayStation. What's the time? 2 in the afternoon. Oh, I just reach over for my PlayStation. There it is. You stay in bed until 6 at night. I mean, what sort of life is that? What sort of life is that, to be sat there in front of a blooming telly playing PlayStation all day? And we all know people that do it, dear. No, yes we do. Yes we do. By the way, do you like the shirt? This is the shirt I bought from eBay. Remember I said I wanted a new yellow shirt, but I couldn't find one because the one I had, Ben Sherman, it's only Ben Sherman, which is kind of... I think Ben Sherman are probably low to mid-range shirts. They're classed as that now. They were like up there with the Ralph Lauren and all that, but they kind of dropped down a bit. But very good quality products. And I had a shirt very similar to... Well, I've still got it, a shirt like this, but it's all ripping at the sleeve. Where it's been used for so long on that wrist. But it's on this wrist, strangely enough. It's that wrist there that it's all sort of wrist, as if I use that wrist a lot. And so I've been looking around for, I won't get another one of those because it's about 25 years old. Well, Adam the plumber, who's off on holiday today, I don't know where he's going, on a plane somewhere, he found one on eBay and I ordered it. £12 this has cost. The original was about 30, so that's not bad saving, is it? Thank you very much, Adam the plumber, for telling me it came in the post, and there we are. It's bigger than the other one, to be honest, but at the moment, I'm a bit fat at the moment, boys and girls. I'm a bit fat at the moment, 13 stone 7.8 is what it's reading downstairs. So I put on £3 while I was on holiday last week. Oh, the crisps, dear. It's the crisps. It's absolutely the crisps. It's not ice cream. I only had one ice cream while I was away. That's very good for me. Very good. Sometimes if I go away for like 4 days, I might have 6 or 7 ice creams in that time. 2 a day, easy. No, it was the crisps. It was the crisps, which I'll tell you about in a little bit. First of all, let's say hello to some of you tuning in on this worldwide phenomenon. This more viewers than the Eurovision Song Contest and much less criticism, dear. We come last again. It's all the fault of Brexit. Oh, how pathetic are you? What is wrong with losers at the moment? They go on and on. They can't accept the result, can they? Have you noticed that with people now? They don't accept the result of anything anymore. Whether it's governments being voted in power, Brexit or non-Brexit, the Eurovision Song Contest, they lose and then they moan. On and on and on. He's that boy who represent, and I told you it wouldn't win. It was a crap song. No, it wasn't. It was really uplifting. No, it wasn't. It was crap. It was dreary. It was boring. And it wasn't very well done. I'm sorry it wasn't. They make me laugh. All these Eurovision experts that are on the telly. I think this is the year that we'll be able to make it onto the left of the board. Because if you don't watch the Eurovision Song Contest, you won't know. There's a big scoreboard. And there's the left and the right of it. Okay? So if you were last, you'd be at the bottom on the right. And if you were at the top, you'd be at the top. If you were first, you'd be at the top on the left. Okay? We haven't been on that left side for 10 years, dear. Okay? Right? And they were all on there. All on these various different programmes, the news, this, that and the other. Oh, it's a very good song. I think he could do very well this year. What a load of crap. I told you it was going to come near the bottom. In fact, it was the bottom. Right at the bottom of the pile. The worst, the funniest thing I saw, because they have 2 lots of voting. You don't have to be into Eurovision to be even interested in this. That's just to make you laugh. Okay, there's kind of 2 lots of voting, right? There's voting where juries listen to the songs. Juries made up of, I don't know what sort of people are in the jury. Really strange people in the jury. They watch the songs and then they give them votes. So that's one lot of votes. So you get that lot first. And then the next lot of votes is the public vote. That is people who have rung in or sent a text or done a thing on the app, and then they count all their votes and then they add them to the other votes. So the first half of the voting, you've got all that, and there's a country at the top, which I think was Sweden. I think he was right at the very top. Oh, Italy, one of those. Maybe one, or North Macedonia. I mean, where's that? This is a new country they've just invented for the Eurovision Song Contest. North Macedonia? Where did that come from? Well, I thought to myself, where on earth is North Macedonia? Strange. Anyway, so they've got all these scores on the left. First lot going, Sweden's at the top. And then the public, where we've got the top score I think was 223, something like that. We had 6. We had 6 points, I kid you not. Something like that. And then they add the public vote. So once again, they start reading out. Okay, here comes the public votes. And then they say, Sweden, 223 votes. These are not exact votes, incidentally. I'm just pulling these figures out of the air, except for our one and another one, right? Italy, 102 votes. Slovakia, 179 votes. France, 56 votes. Russia, 390 votes. UK, 3 votes. And I saw this and I fell on the floor laughing. It was so funny. We weren't the worst on that bit. Germany, nothing. Not a single point. No one voted for Germany. The song was all right. It was okay. We got 3 votes. I can't get over how funny that is. I think it's hilarious. And all these people on the telly after the contest, and we'd lost and someone had won. Was it Norway or Netherlands? And I heard the song and I thought, well, that's a load of crap and all. Awful. Awful. And then there's all these people on the... And then they look for excuses. Oh, it's because the BBC don't take it seriously. Are you for real? It's all over the telly, dear. It's all over the telly. Oh, no, it's the way the song is chosen. Oh, it's all to do with Brexit. What a load of old crap. Never heard anything like it in all your life. But you know how things go. There are winners and there are losers, and we were losers. And I find it hilarious. Why are you so serious about all this? There are losers. But not only are we losers, we are bad losers. Going back to what I said at the beginning of the show. You know, it don't matter what's happening anymore. You know, whether it's at the top of the scale, something like a general election, or at the bottom of the scale, a little karaoke competition in a pub, where you have the contest, the competition, whatever, someone wins and someone loses. And what used to happen, certainly when I was a child, through my teenage years, through my 20s, through my 30s, and through most of my 40s, okay, what would happen is that everyone would clap the winner. Oh, so never mind, you lost. Oh, okay, well, I'll have another go next time. That doesn't happen anymore. The losers, they moan and they scream and they shout and they are sad, pathetic people. Here's what our singer said. Our singer, what was his name? Mike. Was it Mike something? I can't even remember his name. Hang on a minute. There we are. Michael Rice. It says in the Daily Express and some of the other papers as well this morning, Eurovision hopeful Michael Rice says not even Sir Elton John would have been able to turn the tide as he blamed antipathy? What's antipathy towards Britain in the wake of Brexit for his disastrous showing as he finished with a measly 16 points. I think the winner got 400 and something. 16 points. Bottom of the pile. Meanwhile, 7 Tory ministers, and then they start going on about Brexit. But he's moaning because, you know, it wasn't his fault, apparently. It wasn't the song. It wasn't the way he sung it. It was all to do with Brexit. Moan, 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 moan. Just shut up, accept the fact that you lost, and move on. Have another go next year if you want to. Why can't they just accept the fact that they lose, these people? Funny, innit, really? I wonder why we got to that. We got to that. Anyway, that's the... I was going to do that later, the Eurovision Song Contest. I thought the whole thing, the television show as a whole, wow. Amazing. Amazing. What those Jewish people did for that... Well, sorry, what the Israeli people, what the Israeli boys and girls did putting that show together, absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. Really was. The technology going into that, the picture quality, the sound, it was faultless, wasn't it? There was a couple of times, I think, with a camera. I think when that dreadful Madonna was on, dear. Oh, she was ghastly, wasn't she? What was all that about? And when she finished, I couldn't hear any clapping. No one clapped. Either that or they didn't have the microphones on in the audience. Wasn't very good at all. How much did she get for that? £1 million for 2 songs? I would have done that for half that price. I could have done one of my classics. Save your kisses for me. Save all your kisses for me. I did like that after all the songs when they did a selection of old Eurovision shows there. And I don't know if those of you that watched it, right at the very end of that particular section, they did Hallelujah, which was an Israeli winner from, I think, 79, 76, something like that. Hallelujah, da, da, da. And you, if you're young, you wouldn't have noticed, but behind them, they had all these screens with various different pictures, and there was 3 large circles on there. And that was actually a recreation of the set that they used in 1979, which was behind the artists singing Hallelujah with those big three circles slowly turning. Of course, the big difference is in 17, I think it was 79, then it was an actual thing. You know, someone had built these three circles to turn around and move like that. Very, very clever indeed. I think it was in Sweden. And in this case, it was just basically a video production and some computer graphics that someone in Israel had very cleverly designed. But a fantastic show. I thought was very well presented. You couldn't fault the show at all. You couldn't fault it at all. I question how the public jury scores are worked out. I just do not understand how that works out. I really don't. How one country can get like 350 points from that and another country 0. I don't get it at all. Don't get it at all. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the Eurovision. I'll tell you about my holiday in a minute. But meanwhile, let's have a look at your messages this morning. Good morning to you. Michael Lawrence gets the first message of the morning in Facebook Live. Good morning, Michael. Mark Fletcher in the house. Good morning. Mike Rees-Ponto. Good morning to you. Diane Jebb, good morning. Michael Pullman in Australia. I thought they were very good. On those, I was very worried that one of those poles was going to snack Michael. When they're swinging around on those poles, I thought, how struck could do a terrible accident if she fell down on one of those, dear. Nasty, great big thick wooden pole stuck up her bum. That would have hurt, wouldn't it? I was very concerned one of those was going to snap, but it didn't. Excellent. Alan Russell, good morning to you. Tommy Flynn, a very good morning to Tommy Flynn. Johnny Key is in the house. Good morning, Johnny Key. Mike Contini walks his dog at 5:30 in the morning. There you go. There's an early getter-upper. An early getter-upper or an early riser, as you posh. Morning, Michael. Michael Lawrence gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning, just doing things around the flat. Here, lots of people up early, aren't there? 5:30 for Mike Rees-Ponto. Some of us has to work. He says, yeah, I forget that sometimes. Of course, I'm fully aware that some of you get up like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning to get to work. Thank you. Michael likes the holiday video that I put up on my Facebook. Facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK if you want to join me on there, okay? Jones Jane says, I'm not fat. I look lovely. Oh, I am fat now. Oh, I am. When I take my shirt off, I don't like what I see in the mirror, my love. You know. I mean, I won't even do my special strip shows that I do now at the back of my window for my neighbours. Oh, yes, I do that. So sometimes when I go into bed, I do that. It's just for a little bit of fun, really. You know, I'll go to the window and seductively remove items of clothing, Jones Jane, for my neighbours to see. And then just as I get to my pants, I close the curtain. Thus, tempting, because we don't want to show everything. This is where a lot of the girls and boys go wrong in certain images on Love Island and all that. They want everything. I mean, some of these girls who walk around in a piece of string, in a string. You know, not a bikini, a string. Just a couple of strings put together. Are you one of those, Jones? Morning to... let's just scroll down a little bit there. Alan didn't think we would come last. I don't think I would come last if I was in the Eurovision. Yes, you would, Alan. You look wrong for the pro. You got to look like a pretty boy if you want to be in that, dear. You've got to be either very pretty or very unusual. And I'm afraid you're very mediocre. I'm sorry, that's how it is. You know, you just look like someone normal. You know, I could do it, Alan. You know, look how star-like. Now, look at yourself in the mirror at the moment, Alan. Right? Be honest, do you see a star? I thought not. Whereas I can see a star right now in front of me, i.e. me. It's true. You want to get yourself a jacket and a decent haircut. Either that or a hair transplant, one of the two, dear. Michael says Australia came 9th. Yeah, we all thought they were going to win Australia, but that's how it is. Jones says, I think you should run the Eurovision Song Contest. No, because I'd just be taking the piss all the time, Jones. I'd be there taking them. They get ever so upset, some of those Eurovision people. Oh, why are they taking the mick out of it? Oh, God's sake, get a life, will you? Mike says 13 stone. Look, 13 7.8, dear. 13 stone, 7 pounds, 0.8. Get it right. Letting oneself go, are we? Too much ice cream. Not the ice cream, I'll tell you about it. Good morning to Michael Bolton. The UK panel are Kylie Minogue's musical director, Pete Watson, radio DJ, Adele Roberts, vocal coach, Jay Ramage. Who's he? Never heard of him. And singer AJ Bentley. Well, I haven't heard of most of those. Is that it? I thought it were like 15 people or so, Michael. Is that all there's on there? What, 4 people? Oh. I thought it was like, I don't know, 12 people or 25 people, something like that. I didn't know that. Look at that. Dino, you wicked cow, meow. Why is that being wicked? No, it's honest. The song was rubbish. The song was rubbish, dear. It's like going to a karaoke night and people singing a load of ballads. They always go down really badly. But you can't tell that to the bloke or the woman singing the ballad. They don't get it. Oh, well, this is my song. I want to sing it. Okay, well, you sing it. You sing it then. It's up to you. You sing what you want at a karaoke. It's not for me to tell you what to sing. I'm just telling you what the audience will like. LaBelle, a very good morning to you. You enticingly handsome man, says LaBelle. You've got something wrong with your eyes, I don't want you, my love. I saw your video last night telling us to come down to the club you was in New York. LaBelle is a performer in New York. Lovely lady. Good morning to you. Let's have a look. Should we just swap over to... Dave says, what do you think about the 1 hour break? Was it too long in Eurovision? Well, that's for them to collect the votes, isn't it? The break is there for them to collect the votes, and I have to do something in between. I personally wouldn't go for a big star like Madonna. I like it when they did like the little local things special to their country, you know. Good morning to Maureen joining us on the texting number there. Good morning, Maureen. LaBelle's off to bed. Did drag shows all weekend? I know you did. I was watching your little chat video this morning, just before I came up here to have a little chat here. All right. Let's have a look. Sophie Ellis Bextor was head judge, but she dropped out. Oh, okay. Why? Because she knew we had no chance of winning, probably. Over on YouTube, good morning to Paul and Lou. Good morning to you from sunny Birmingham. Weird City Citizen in the house. Good morning. The bird jacket is on today. It's the bird jacket. Tweet, 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 tweet. We don't have many tweeting birds, right? We have tweeting birds up in Lincolnshire, where I'll be heading a little bit later on today. But round here, we've got a lot of blooming magpies, and they make a horrible noise. Nah, nah, nah. We don't have tweeting birds. Where are the tweeting birds in Bracknell? Tweet, 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 tweet. Boo, 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 tweet, tweet, tweet. No, we are nah, 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 nah. And when there's a cat, they all gather round on the trees around the cat. Nah, 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 nah. They're going like that all the time. Dreadful things, magpies. They really are. Oh, we've got something wrong with that. Is there something gone wrong? Just a minute. Let me chat and let me do something. Do that like that. Sorry, just a minute. That should sort that out. Sometimes the synchronisation goes out a bit. I hope that's all right. Has that gone a bit wrong, or was it all right? Don't know. Morning to Tommy. I said hello to Tommy Flynn, didn't I? Where are we? Claire. Good morning, Claire. I see the yellow shirt was okay in the end. What did you think of the winning Eurovision song? Not much, to be honest. I don't think it was particularly good. There was a couple that I really liked, but actually they're not very. The Swedish boy, the Swedish one. I think I might have been voting for his looks though. He was gorgeous, wasn't he? The Swedish bloke. What was his name? Very, very tasty indeed. And there was another song. I don't remember the North Macedonian one who did very well. Sweden, certainly. Sweden. I think I quite like the Swedish song. I did like the Swedish song. And the bloke singing it as well. Thank you very much. Yeah, look, Paul and Lou are still in bed now. It's disgusting. Don't touch yourself while you're watching me in your beds, please. Thank you very much. Weird City Citizens reckons the shirt fits well. Yeah, it's on the larger side. I'm kind of on the larger side myself at the moment. So that's why that is. Greece always gives Cyprus 12 points. Always, Paul and Lou. You go back and watch all the other ones, and you'll see there. Good morning to Ray Reynolds. Oh, you're on YouTube tonight. Good morning, Ray. Morning, Ray Reynolds. Paul and Lou could watch the Eurovision every week. It's so funny. It is hilarious. People are so serious about it. Cool, dear. I want to get a life. Get a life. They say. Paul and Lou says, I read our entry come from Hartlepool when he sold out at a village hall of 500 people. What a party they had after the result. Madonna walk up and down the stairs. She should have given her a stair lift. Poor old cow, dear. Honestly, it wasn't very good, was it? Never mind. Claire loved Australia, and my favourite was Norway, which came fourth. Glad the Netherlands won again after 44 years without a win. Yes, it was Holland, wasn't it, who won? I didn't think much of the song at all. Certainly it wasn't Diggy Loo, Diggy Lay, was it? Diggy Loo, Diggy Lay, life is mowing my way when I'm putting on my golden shoes. There was so much fun. Fun songs, that's what we like. We don't want songs with messages, dear. We want fun songs. That's how it is. Let's have a look. Good morning to Jonathan Tustain. Good morning, Jonathan, who says, for me, I lost weight on the high-fat, low-carb, but strangely, since giving up alcohol, I've put on a stone. Oh, you want to start drinking again, mate? Start drinking again. That's the thing to do. I think it's because I eat more. Good to see you back at your television complex. Thank you very much. John Aitkins there. Apart from Switzerland, Eurovision was a disaster. He was quite nice looking as well. The Swiss boy, wasn't he? The Swiss boy was quite nice looking. A magpie family live in the tree opposite our house. Oh, they are noisy. Blooming magpies. Magpie. One for sorrow and 2 for joy. 3 for a girl and 4 for a boy. 5 for silver and 6 for gold. 7 for a secret never to be told. Magpie. You remember that? Funny how you remember all these tunes from children, from when you were children, weren't it? Magpie. I remember all of the Rolf Harris ones. Oh, yes. No, it doesn't matter. Right. So back off holiday now. I've been to Haven Holidays in Mablethorpe Caravan Holiday with my lovely nephew and his lovely wife and their 3 delightful children. Harry, there's Harry, Evie and Olivia. Had a lovely time there. I didn't have a problem with the ice cream this time, mainly because there wasn't a Mr. Whippy ice cream thing there, rather disappointingly, but I did have a problem with the crisps. Oh my God, yes. I went into my nephew's caravan, and there they were on top of the fridge. Walkers, mature cheese, and onion chutney sensations crisps. I can't tell you how much I like those crisps. I thought they'd stop doing them because I haven't seen them around for some time. But there was a lot. These are large packets, family packets, made for sharing, like with 6 people. There it was on top. I said, "Can I have some of these crisps?" At which point I took them. I've opened them before my nephew's wife could say anything. Oh yeah, go on. So I had those, all of them near enough. I think my nephew's wife took a couple as well. Oh, that was so nice. So of course then I had to buy her some more. So that night I went and bought some more and took them back, and then we ate those. And then the next time I think I bought 2 bags, one for her and one for me. And I think while I was on holiday I had 5 bags of the Walkers mature cheddar and onion chutney crisps. They are to die for. They are very, very strong flavoured crisps. Really, really nice. If you've never tried them before, if you're easily addicted to crisps, don't try them. In fact, they do have other flavours. They do a chicken flavoured one, which I don't have, and they do a salt and vinegar flavour, balsamic vinegar flavour one, and that's also it's so nice. But 5 packets I've had, me and her, over the course of the week. It's disgusting, isn't it? So I think that's what the problem was. And I had a pizza as well, and I think I managed to put on about 3 pounds in the 4 days while I was on holiday. So, but that's just how it is. We had Harry's birthday party. He is now 6 years old. Oh yeah, Harry's birthday party. And Stacey, my nephew's wife, made a really lovely cake. I think it was green icing and it was a chocolate cake, and I had a large piece of that. Funnily enough, the children didn't want it. They had a couple of bites each and then didn't want any more. And I thought, oh, what a waste of a cake. And I bought my mate a nice birthday cake last year and this year, but I bought a smaller one this year because last year I bought a large one. Well, I mean, we chucked about a quarter of it away. I ate most of it. I kept going round there. Was there any cake left? Oh, do you like cake? what are those? Those were frozen ones. Sara Lee cakes, double chocolate gâteau. Oh, please, Sara Lee double chocolate gâteau. Shocking. There's always a fly in here. Go away, dear. So, what's your favourite cake? Angel cake. Oh, I don't like Battenberg. Don't like that at all. Angel cake. Madeira. Lemon. My sister made a lemon drizzle cake for me the other day. Oh, it was so nice. So that was the birthday cake, and he had a nice little birthday as well. I had a great time with the children, a really great time. My great niece Evie, I can't lie to you, I wind the children up. I wind them up big time. And one of the things I've learned to do that really annoys great niece Evie, who's now 7, is taking something from her. I'm so horrible. Give it back! She screams at me. Give it back, Mum! It might be a toy or something she's playing with. She turns her head and I nick it. And I hide it somewhere, behind me usually, or something like that. And she goes, give it back! And I've wound them up far too much, those children. I do. And then when Harry's outside, he likes to be phasered. Now, what's that mean, phaser? It's when you go, okay, Harry, I'm going to phaser you now. And you go, like that. And you don't do it too hard, obviously, but hard enough that he gets knocked over and falls down on the grass. Obviously, you wouldn't do it on concrete. Falls down, and he loves it. He gets back up and launches himself at me again for another one. On the last day I was at holiday, I said to my nephew, I said, what's all those little cases? Harry's got a couple of cuts. He's got a little cut there, a little cut on his cheek. And Gary said, that's where you've been battering him all week. I had such a good time. Such a good time, I've got to tell you. Each night they have like this children's stroke young person's bingo thing. And Gary, I think it was Gary and my nephew and his little girl, they played, and I did the one with Harry, and they got like 2 little bingo tickets. And of course, where's that fly? Have I got that yet? They got these bingo tickets, and of course they're not quick enough to be able to do them themselves, even though the bingo caller goes slow for the children. No, you're not like 3 and 3, 33, 4 and 1, 41, 2 and 6, 20. They don't do it like that, not for the children. So I'm sitting next to him, and Harry's got the little dabber, and he's like this. I said, which one? So, and they go, 2 and 3, 23, and I point at it, and he does that. And we were so close to 1. We got to 1 number, and there was another 8 or 9 numbers that were called out before someone won. I really thought we were going to win that. So that was good, wasn't it? I got the people to read out Harry's birthday as well, so they wished him happy birthday. So that was nice. There's a lovely swimming pool there, which was quiet. The whole place was actually fairly quiet for the Monday to Thursday I was there. But you have to remember, it's the school holiday. It's not the school holidays, okay? So the people that are there are generally people that perhaps shouldn't be there. Lots of children and the Haven bloke comes on the stage. Who's having a sneaky week off holiday? And these hands go up like that. But a lovely time. Actually, probably, I don't think I like it. Well, I've been to a Haven holiday when it's really busy. It's not much fun. No, too many people. There was if you looked at the entertainment venue itself, I suppose it was less than a quarter full, so plenty of space. I spent a lot of the evenings literally chasing the children around the whole hall, and they would go one way and I'd chase after them, and then they'd go the other way, I'd chase after them, and then I'd hide behind a table or something, and I'd know they were coming and they're looking like this, and then they'd go past me and I'd go, ah! Like that, and they'd scream and run off. I am one of them, you know that, don't you? I never grew up. Don't ever grow up. You become boring. Look at Jeremy Kyle. He grew up. How boring and nasty is he? Oh, he's out of a job, isn't he? I'm very surprised ITV haven't contacted me. I wonder if I've missed a call from them or something like that. I don't know. I expected to be taking over the ITV morning programme. Very disappointed. Perhaps you could write to ITV and suggest me. You know, I can do most. I could probably do a little game show, something like that. indoor bowls, perhaps. I don't know. Gardening sections and all that. Or I could just do a show like this and sit there and talk crap for an hour. That's exactly the same as Jeremy Kyle did, but perhaps in not such a nasty way. So that was it, really. Let's have a look. We played crazy golf. I'm no good at that. Absolutely. I'm the worst one. There's my nephew. There's me. There's great nephew Harry. And there's great niece Evie playing this game. Who's the worst one? Who can't get the ball in the hole? Hello? Can't do it. Can't do it. I'm useless at sports. I was always useless at sports. When I tell you I go swimming every day, I do, right? But I don't put my head under. I probably wouldn't beat anyone. I wouldn't beat anyone in a race or anything like that. I just go and do it for my own exercise. That's why I go. I've always been completely useless at sports. How about you? Were you ever useless at sports or were you good? Useless. At football or rugby, we played rugby at our school. At rugby, the kid, right, that comes out onto the field at school, right? And he hangs around the side, so not wanting to get involved in the game. That was me. Football, tennis, I'm useless at all of these sports. Absolutely useless. And I was useless at crazy golf when we were on holiday. I couldn't get the ball in the hole. And literally, the hole would be there, the ball would be there, and I thought, that'd be easy. And it would go round the outside of the hole and carry on. John Aitken says, I hate crazy golf. It drives me crazy. I'm left-handed, so rubbish. Well, cut off your left hand. That'll force your other one to do, wouldn't it? Eh? No good at crazy golf at all. No good at it at all. There was, and then we went, I found somewhere that is even worse than Skegness. Now, if you're a regular viewer to the show, you'll know what I mean. I used to hate Skegness. Certainly during the daytime, too many people walking around. Nighttime, it's much better. I've discovered somewhere that's even worse than Skegness, and it's called Mablethorpe. Oh my God. Rundown is not the word. Awful place. And there's some very strange people walking around there. And I think there's a lot of drunks and drug addicts. It was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We'd gone down there to walk by the sea and all that. I mean, I'm glad I didn't take my car down there. I thought it would, they'll have the wheels off that by the time I come back from the beach. So we went down to the beach there and had a couple of ice creams. So we all had an ice cream. And I bought people ice creams, and we had to walk up and down the beach. The children went on the sandy beach. I can't bear sand. I hate sand. I don't like walking on sand. It just gets everywhere, in your toes, in your fingers, under your nails. I can't bear. I don't mind a pebbly beach. I can't stand sand, so I kind of stayed up there with Olivia and Stacey, one of my other great niece. We sat there and had an ice cream each while the children were playing on there. And after that, we went into the town. We thought, have a look around town. Oh, my God, the people walking around there. My God, you don't want to get involved in any of them. There was one woman, we were standing outside, I think it was Greg's the Baker's. I convinced my nephew to purchase a vegan sausage roll from Greg's the Baker's. Oh, you try that. Unfortunately, he didn't try it. He gave it back to me later and I had it in the caravan. He said he had a look at it, but he didn't like the look of it. Well, it looks exactly the same as a normal sausage roll. Won't try things, will they, people? They just won't try things. Oh, Ray says he was always a fielder in cricket. Sometimes we would have to have a sit down. Oh, cricket, even worse, Ray. I can't do that at all. And besides, cricket, how on earth do you know whoever's winning? What a complicated way of scoring that is. And England are 193 out for 17 wickets not out. What does that mean? What does it mean? I don't get it. And they've scored 6 runs with 14 not out, 3 wickets. What's that mean? I haven't got a clue. At least with football, you know who's winning. 4-0 to Manchester United. Well, I get that. Tennis is a little bit more complicated, but I've kind of got the hang of that now. 15 love means 15-0. Why don't they just say 15-0? Where's the love come from? There is no love in this world. I keep telling you that. Weird City Citizen said cricket sucks. Morning to JP this morning. Tommy says that I was good at sport at school, especially anything that involved balls. I bet you were. Anyway, so we're going in with Mablethorpe. We're outside Greg's. I looked across the road and there's a skinny lady. She was either drunk or on drugs. I'll go with the second one. It looked like she was on drugs. She had that look like she was on heroin, and bless her heart, if she was, then, it's very sad, and I hope that at some point she'll get out. But she was pushing this pram. This was 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I kid you not, and the pavement is not very wide. Pushing this pram, and twice she literally went into the wall. She had I didn't think, there was a baby in this pram. She had no idea what she was doing. No idea. She pushed this pram, bang, it went into the wall. I thought, oh my God, any minute now that child's going to end up in the road. Anyway, she got so far down and then she turned right down a side road. I thought, well, at least she's off the right road now. And then we went up and down. I went into a shop. I think I bought I needed some toilet rolls, so I bought some toilet rolls. Only £6 for about 24 rolls. That's good, isn't it? £6 for 24 rolls in one of those like discount places, B&M or something like that, I think it was. Or something discount, I can't remember now. And then we went to go back to the car. So we crossed the road and then we walked down the same road that this woman had gone down with the pram. What a dump. Oh my God. Houses there that had been so badly maintained. Grass that was, there were only tiny little gardens at the front. You know the sort of thing. Like you could walk down the road, little garden, then front door. Well, all the front doors hadn't been painted for years. Blankets up against windows for curtains. Just filth and dirt. Bags of rubbish in people's gardens. Never seen anything like it. What a dump Mablethorpe is. Or at least that part of it. There's probably some nicer parts if you go slightly outside. I'm not a townie anymore. I don't like being in towns, really. I don't like buildings. I certainly would never live in London again. Too many buildings, too built up, pollution, this, that and the other. No, I'm a country person now. Where I am in Bracknell, I'm kind of halfway in between it, and this is, even here in Bracknell now, there's a lot of building going on here. Now, I came here, I don't suppose they could build right on my front door here, but certainly, you go out a little bit and there's entire fields or areas that have now been built over. Well, the roads don't get any bigger, so they just get busier and busier, the roads. And the hospitals get busier and busier, and although where I am, I'm surrounded by trees and bushes and also stuff that I've planted over the years, which has now matured and grown right up. And I'm surrounded here. I can not have any contact with anyone really if I want to, but I'm not in a field. I'm not in a field on my own. So I expect I will move at some point, but I don't know. I mean, I'm all right at the moment. Still all right at the moment. So that's Mablethorpe. Can't recommend that you go there ever in your lives. There was a bit where the beach was. You kind of go up this concrete bit where they've got some benches and that, and there's a lot of people sitting there, all old people, sort of probably older than me, I would say 60 plus, all sitting on these benches, either eating fish and chips in the sunshine. It was we had some lovely weather up there. A couple of days there was a cold wind, so although the sun was out, if you stood in the sun, it was lovely. And then this ice cold wind would hit you. Certainly on the seafront at Mablethorpe, it was like that. The actual seafront and all that, that's okay. Ice cream shops, chip shops, souvenir shops, that sort of thing. And generally nice people walking up and down. It was the town centre that the dodgy people were walking around in, really, that I wasn't too happy about. Hold on to your mobile phone type people. You know what I mean? But going up there, up the little bit of concrete where the seats were, elderly people sitting down there, nice, quietly, couples, lovely couples as well. Talking to couples, there was a lovely, and I never spoke to them, didn't say hello or anything like that, but 2 caravans along from me, there was this elderly couple that every day I'd get up in the morning and for hours they'd literally be sitting there next to each other. I wish I'd taken a photograph actually. They'd be sitting next to each other outside their caravan reading a book, always together. How nice is that? How nice is that you can have someone in your life that you just want to do everything together with? You see, I'm very jealous of that. On the other hand, when one of them, goes upstairs, so to speak. That must just, I don't think you can continue after that because that person becomes your right arm, doesn't it? Do you see what I mean? Whereas me, I've always been on my own, really. Couple of relationships, maybe one or two that might have been a couple of years, but nothing longer than a couple of years, certainly. Which means that I haven't got anyone, I'm not reliant on anyone. You know, if something goes wrong, if there isn't, of course, you know, lost mum when mum died, that was devastating, and dad and what have you. But there's I don't have a right arm of someone who's with me all the time, so there's no one to go missing. If you see what I mean. Although if something happened to my best mate, I'd probably be I'd have trouble with that, you know. Talking of who, he's in hospital at the moment, but I'll tell you about that. So that was my holiday. Lovely time. They had the crazy golf, as I say, useless. There was a bit of a fun fair there, which was all right. And they had hooker duck. Now, we thought the hooker duck was £3.50. You know, the hooker duck thing, long sting hook, long stick, hook on the end, and you hook the duck, right? But there was a prize every time. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. When it was a £3.50 for a go at that, yeah, but you got a prize every time. And I think the little girl, she had this little teddy bear. Oh, that was funny as well. She got this teddy bear type thing, right? And she kept cuddling it, and I nicked it from her. Now, only in the carrot. So I'm sitting there, where's my bear? Give it back, give it back. I said, I'm going to eat it. And I put it in my mouth. She went mad. I'm so horrible. You see, I find this all hilarious. Am I just a nasty person? Is that what it is? Mum, it's all wet. Stacey says, why is it all wet? Because Chris tried to eat it. This soft toy thing. And then I said, quickly, Harry, catch this. And Harry caught it. He's 6. I said, go on, stamp on its head. And he put it on the floor and started stamping on its head. She went mad, this little girl. I'm sorry. Why? I'm just an awful person. I'm sure I am. Harry thought it was very amusing. And his dad. Give it back! That's all I heard all weekend. Give it all week. Or give it back! So horrible, so horrible. Anyway, some more of your messages here. Let's have a look. Paul and Lou. Good morning to John Cooper this morning. Morning, John. Paul and Lou was in Lincolnshire last week and went to the Trawler's Catch. Oh, I'm so glad you went there. In Skegness, the cod was huge. Correct. You're not hungry after you come out of there, mate. I'll tell you that. Thanks for the recommendation. I also went to Woodhall Spa. How they let you in there, it's posh. It's not posh. Have you spoken to the people? My sister lives there. It's not posh. Wherever my sister lives, if my sister is somewhere, let me guarantee you it's not posh. Right? I'm telling you that now. I'm so good. Anyone who goes to Skegness, highly recommend you go to the Trawler's Catch for your lunch or dinner. It's open till late at night. Open every day of the year, I think, except Christmas Day. All right. Let's just swap over to the other screen here because I don't think all the messages are coming up there. John said, stop talking about food. I'm on a diet. Oh, you're not fat, John. It's me that's fat, not you. Mike Reese-Ponto had a 5x2 on holiday last week in Torremolinos, which is very popular with the Brits, isn't it? I've never been there, to be honest. John hates crazy golf. It drives him crazy. Oh, I've read that one. Let's just scroll down. Good morning to Juan. A very good morning to Juan. And the lovely Michelle White is there. Big Dynasty fan like me. Morning, Michelle. So disappointed you weren't in Waitrose on Saturday when I popped in there. I mean, the place falls apart when you're not there. You know that, don't you? I mean, I don't think there was anyone doing anything. I had to look around for half an hour for someone to work the till, dear. It was awful. My favourite security man was there. He's lovely, that security man, isn't he? Such a pleasant person. He really is. Juan says, let's have a look. John Aiken, nothing better than fish and chips by the sea. Well, I have baked beans over chips. That's what I have when I'm there. But my sister always have and it's a big bit of fish. Let me tell you that, it's big. Juan says that proven that when one in a couple pair dies, the partner usually goes within less than 9 months in that same year. Yes, I'm not surprised at that. My mum lasted another 4 years after my dad. My mum was never ill. I don't remember my mum being ill very often at all. As soon as dad died, she got ill. Literally within weeks it started. Uh, John says you should be in Panto as the evil queen. Do you think so, John? Claire, do some more cricket scoring, please. I love it. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about. That's the trouble, Claire. Cricket scoring. I don't know what it means. 78 not out for 35 runs in one. What does that mean? Don't know. No idea. No idea what it means. John Parrish upstairs in a caravan. Oh, I wonder if I could put another caravan on top. I could have it upstairs, couldn't I? In my caravan. That would be quite good. Paul and Lou's dad lives in Rugby. It was lovely weather in Skegness on Thursday. Yes, as it was. I think it was on Thursday we went to Mablethorpe. Don't go. You've got to actually go there, Paul. Go to Mablethorpe. You go in this car park. Well, it's like something out of the 1970s. So you drive into this car park and this lad comes over and says, £2, please. And he gives you a ticket. You give him £2. You put it in your windscreen and he goes. It's weird. And then you walk through the town. That is an experience, dear. Oh, my God. Don't take off any shining objects. All right? So my mate's in hospital at the moment. Yes, Ronnie's in hospital. He's had a stomach operation. He's had a lot of trouble with various things. Stomach at the moment. And they've done some stuff inside him and sucked out a load of fat as well. Which is a good job, to be honest. You know, because he was getting even fatter than me. God's sake, man. So that there was a membrane that they had to remove. And some other bits and pieces in his stomach. He's still in it at the moment. Because, of course, after you've had a stomach operation... it takes a while for you to go again, if you see what I mean. And he hasn't gone now for a few days, so he's got to wait now until that starts moving again. There's all laxatives and all this, that and the other. But I went to see him yesterday in hospital, and he's in very good spirits, actually. And I got there about visiting times 2 o'clock. I went to church yesterday. I played the organ yesterday. That went all right. Yeah, I played Ave Maria. Do you know that one? Immaculate Mary, our hearts are on fire. And I know you'll know this one. They danced in the morning when the world was begun. They danced with you and the stars and the sun. You know that one? Dance then wherever you may be. I played that one. And what was the other one? An Hallelujah type song. Can't remember that. The other hymn. And Bring Flowers of the Rarest, which is a lovely song. Really, well, it's a hymn, but they didn't sing that. I just played that on the kind of communion bit. Bring flowers of the rarest, bring blossoms the fairest. And I've been practicing the Gloria, so I've kind of got that now. But I didn't have any singers yesterday. I didn't have anyone in the choir. They don't really have a proper choir there at 11 o'clock, but usually two delightful elderly people come and sing. But they weren't there yesterday, and without them, not a lot of other people sing, which was a bit disappointing, but... Some sang and the priest sang, so that was all right. I had a laugh with Father David yesterday. For somehow we got onto the subject, because he knows I do karaoke, and we got onto the subject of karaoke. And I said, and this is quite true, there is a box you can buy, because we were talking about Madonna on the Eurovision. I was talking to him in a priest, and she wasn't very good. And he was saying, he was speaking to one of his friends, and they said she'd been voice changed while it was happening. And he said he didn't know you could do that. I said, oh, yes. Some of my friends who do karaoke actually have one of these gadgets, right? And if someone is singing out a tune at a karaoke or on the Eurovision, same thing, right? If someone's singing out a tune, you can adjust that while they're singing, and this little box will make them sound in tune. And I said to Father David... that a couple of my mates have got one of these boxes and they can't use them because what happens is that the out of tune singer starts singing and then they change the voice with this box so it sounds good to everyone else, but the singer then thinks it doesn't sound right because even though someone's singing out of tune, it appears that they think they are in tune. Yeah? So to you would, if I was singing out of tune, you would know it. Yeah? But I wouldn't. So if I'm singing out of tune, in my head, I think I'm singing in tune. Someone comes along with a little box, plugs it in, so then it actually brings you in tune. But then to you, you don't sound like you're in tune anymore. So these lads who have got these boxes can't use them. Some of them can't use them. Funny, isn't it? At which point I was just about to say, well, I'll get one for you, Father. But he got in first. He said, well, maybe I should get one for myself. And I said, you know, you took the words right out of my mouth. Well, actually, he's a very good singer. He is a very good singer, Father David. I do get on well with him. I'd like to be a close friend of his. I would like that. Anyway, back to Ronnie. Thank you for your messages there, Juan, Michael, and John are wishing Ronnie gets well. He won't be watching the show, I'm afraid, unless he's watching it secretly at home. I don't know, or in his hospital bed. But so he's having his stomach done, and I went up there yesterday. Got there about 1:30. I took him over the road. There's a bagel shop over the road. And I'll buy him a bit of lunch over there. He had a bagel. Can't remember what he had. Nutella bagel. I had 2 cream cheese bagels. I'll be honest with you, I could have just had one. One was enough. I forced myself to have that second one. So that was nice. And then I went back up. We had a little bit of a walk around because it's important to keep moving. Certainly after an operation, you move around as much as you can afterwards. And I took him back up to his room and then went home. And so that was my day yesterday. And a nice day. And that was my holiday. So there we are. That's all the news at the moment, gang. All right, Juan says, the karaoke thing, it explains why some singers, during their singing, will put a finger in one ear to hear themselves singing. Oh, I don't know why they do that. I don't know why some people, they do come up onto the stage and they're like that. And I'm like, what's all that about? I don't get that. Why people do that while they're singing. Very, very strange and mysterious. That's what it is. Paul and Lou have never been to Mablethorpe. They've been to Cleethorpes, Grimsby, which is pretty dodgy. Grimsby, I beg your pardon, Grimsby. Is it? Is it dodgy in Grimsby? I don't know that one. Oh, well. Okay, no, let's do... I'm going to do today's and yesterday's birthdays, okay? I can't go back any further than that. So if your birthday has been while I've been on holiday, then I'm really sorry that you missed out this year on your birthday, but I'm sure perhaps back next year, okay? If I'm not on holiday at the same time, so I don't know. I can only go back one day on the system. So today's birthdays, that's Monday the 20th of May, 2019. Happy birthday this morning to Liam Bentley. I can't believe you're 32 years old today, Liam. Happy birthday, my dear friend. Liam, who I worked with at Belushi's in Hammersmith. Happy birthday to Mr. Liam Bentley. Good morning to you. Chirag Patel, hello. All right, one of our lovely Black Cap customers from years ago, 37 years old today. Good morning, Chirag. Happy birthday to you, my darling. Brian Ronchetti is 75 years old today. James Max, who's been on every single radio station under the sun, BBC Radio London, LBC, and of course on The Apprentice. Happy birthday to James Max this morning. Wayne Latham, good morning. Another one I worked with at the Black Cap years ago. Mimi Maxine is 32 years old today. We got Richard Thibault. Good morning, Richard. Happy birthday to you. We have Laura Scarlett Young, 41 years old. Chi-Chi Konkani. Oh, you lovely. But it's a little Chirag, darling. That's his alter ego. Good morning. Happy birthday. They were today's birthdays. And if we go back to yesterday, boys and girls, yesterday's birthdays, that's Sunday, May the 19th. Lizu Zuzu, who I worked with at the Camden Eye in Camden Town about a year and a half ago, and it's quite some time ago now. She is 31 today now, runs our own pub now. Happy birthday to you, Lizu. Romona Chanel Miller is 32 years old yesterday. And Aaron Alexander, of course, who I work with in Clapham. It's his birthday yesterday as well. So happy birthday, boys and girls. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. That's our birthday's done. I just spent a bit of money last night. I've got my new car insurance. Once again, I've changed companies. Never ever, or very, very rarely, should you stick with the same insurance company that you're with already. It cost you an arm and a leg. I managed to save a 50 quid off last year's price. I've gone with Debenhams this time. Debenhams motor insurance. who are, funnily enough, underwritten. I was with Go Skippy. I'm with Debenhams now. They're underwritten because I checked that out as well. They're underwritten by the same insurance company. So I don't know what difference there is there, but one wants more money than the other. So that's it. Good morning to Paul Harvey. Did you enjoy Golden Sands? Yes, we were talking about that a little while, Paul, ago. I'm about to finish now, so watch the replay and you'll hear me talking about that as well as the Eurovision and other bits and pieces. Okay. Adam, let's have a look. Adam the plumber. Juan says, please try this trick. One can hear true themselves and keep out. The happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. No, it doesn't make any difference. The sound changes slightly. I don't know why some people, you see them at the karaoke and have got one finger in their ear for some reason. I don't know why. Adam the plumber, good morning to you. Morning, Chris. Justin Lanzarote for a surprise birthday treat with Royston. Oh, well, his name hasn't come up. Oh, was it his birthday last week? When I wasn't here, unfortunately, was I? Sorry about that. All right, Weird City Citizen. All right, so I've got my new car insurance, Debenhams insurance, as I say, and I have at last changed power suppliers. Oh, yes. I left Outfox the market because their customer service was diabolical, absolutely diabolical. Took me 3 months to get a refund. I was £199 in credit, and I asked for £120 back, and it took them 3 months to pay that out. And they weren't forthcoming. You have to keep asking them all the time. So I've left them now. I've gone with Shell Energy, who I've been out with them before, actually, Shell Energy. So there we are. All right, gang, that's it today. If you're around in London tonight, I'm hosting karaoke, as always, every single Monday here at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Monday karaoke from 7:30, boys and girls. Come along tonight, 7:30 till 11 o'clock. It doesn't cost you anything to get in, and there's cheap drinks as well. So you need to get there sort of by 9:30 if you want to sing, okay? It can get quite busy. And if you come in after the list is full up, I can't put you in the list. People come up and they beg and they offer services and they offer money and they tell me they're singing for their mum who's about to die or something like that. Nope, I can't let you in. Once the queue's there, the only way for you to go in the queue is to take someone out. And that's completely unfair on the people that have been sitting there all night. There is a couple of people who come in late every week, but they tell me they send over their songs on the Facebook before they get there, which is quite acceptable. That's quite acceptable, but you can't just walk in and expect to go on if there's a queue there. It's just not fair when everyone else has been sitting there, okay? So that's where we are tonight. Thanks for joining us, gang. I'll be going up to Lincolnshire again this evening, so I'll be talking to you from there tomorrow, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Have a lovely, lovely day. It's lovely to be back chatting with you again. And I'll see you again very soon on the next show. Cheerio now.